Got a great Hot Wheels Elite 64 modified 1969 Ford Mustang here for you today. Car looks absolutely fantastic. And to be honest with you, if you had presented it to me and told me this was a 2023 car, I might be convinced of that. It looks that modern. It's a great looking car. I'm sure there's one out on the street somewhere that inspired it. Let's take a look at the back card of the blister pack that it came in. Country of origin, USA, produced from 69 to modified. Length, 215 inches. Width, 85 inches. Height, 48 inches. And weight, 2,950 pounds. The engine is going to be a twin-turbo Ford Coyote motor with 1,000 horsepower. Wow. Transmission, 6-speed, semi-automatic gearbox. This is a really nice car. Wouldn't mind having one of these myself. All right, let's dive in and talk about it a little bit. Okay, starting from the left side or the rear of the vehicle and going towards the front. First, we see the base that's in black, and it's also part of the left rear quarter panel. The black from the base extends all the way up, about halfway up the side of the quarter panel there. Then we got the real rider's tires, which are actually rubber. Got the 5-spoke gray wheel. Looks okay. I'm not a big fan of it, but it looks all right. Got the big wide haunches on there, just like you have to do for big wide tires. Coming on up to the B-pillow, you've got the round Mustang logo. Coming down a little bit in front of the big haunches there, you got an air intake. Coming on down to the bottom edge of the car, got a exhaust modeled in chrome. Looks really great. Got some aero effect there below the doors. Coming back up to the door windows, got a little quarter panel window there. And the window itself in the passenger side is rolled down. Got a chrome door handle, looks really good. Then coming on up closer to the front of the car, you can see in that window, you can also see that there's a roll cage in the car. Really nicely done by Hot Wheels, that's in gray. Coming on up, you'll notice the quarter panel up front has like a gap in it. That's because you can take the hood off of this particular model. Really neat thing that Hot Wheels has thrown in there. Then coming on around up front, you can see the silver headlights. And then below that on the bumper, you can see those little vanes, those little wind vanes to help keep the car down at high speed. Basically some aero there. Car looks great. And then you got your front splitter, which sticks out a long way. Car looks good from the 2 o'clock position. One thing about it, from this position, the gap there where you can lift the hood off the car is not as noticeable, so that makes for a better, cleaner look at this particular angle. Another thing I noticed is that front splitter, it's interesting, I would assume those are chrome or silver pipes that are holding the splitter on itself. Looks really neat and kind of mean actually, which I like. Looking at the car from the front, you can really see that roll cage inside the car. That's a really neat effect. Then you got that big hood scoop on the hood. Really cool for those twin turbos. Got the lights, as noted previously, painted in silver. Got nice grille on there. Got the Mustang logo with the red, white, and blue and the pony coming across there. Once again, coming on down to the fender, you can see the splitter up front held on. What is that? Is that some sort of pipe or is that a cable holding that on? I don't know which one it is, but it's really nice. Overall, car looks great from the front as well. The 10 o'clock position reveals a couple of things. First, it shows the air intake on that back quarter panel fairly well right there. It also shows off the exhaust really well. Lastly, the gaps where the hood come off are virtually impossible to see from this particular angle. That makes the car look a lot more well built, especially for a die-cast model. A lot of times gaps on die-cast models are really large. The left side of the car is basically the same as the right side of the car. I could have almost taken the photo and just flipped it around, but I haven't. This is the actual photo. The 8 o'clock position view of this car, I believe, may be the best view of the car. It Really shows off the car really well. The lines look good, the body panels look tight, shows the rear end, shows the tempo on the rear end. I really like it. One thing that you'll notice is there are air vents in the rear window of the car. That's very cool. Nice touch on the part of Hot Wheels. Got the big wing on the back. You're beginning to see the tail lights, the diffuser in the base color. Really nice presentation. Rear of this car really shines. From this angle, you can see the roll cage. You can see the huge wing. You can see the tail lights. Very well done on a Mustang. You can see the gas fill cap. I like it. Looks great. In chrome, no less. Then you've got the bumper. You've got the rear diffuser. You've got the big, huge haunches on covering up the wheels, which tells you how large those tires and wheels must be on a real Mustang for an IMSA car like this probably is, or something along those lines. This is a road racing car, and that thing is really wide compared to the stock car, and you can see where the stock car would end at, and the extra width on the fenders is applied. Really nice touch by Hot Wheels. I like it. It looks great. Just like the 8 o'clock position, this 4 o'clock position shows the car off really well. Although that gap in the front fender looks a little bit wide from this angle. I really like the lines of the rear quarter panel where it slopes over the wheel and then kind of tucks back upward as you get to the rear of the car. Looks fantastic. Top-down view of the car shows off the metal flake blue paint really well. You can really see it in this view. You can also see the vents on the front quarter panels there for the brake cooling and tire cooling. See the big hood scoop. See the lines of the hood. They've done a good job at that. Car also has the chrome trim around the windows. Really nicely done by Hot Wheels. You can see it really well in this photo. The big huge wing on the back, not a lot going on with it. I believe it's made in the same color as the base of the car. Windows look to be fairly clear, maybe a light gray tint on them, but you can still see inside the car. See a little bit of the roll cage there up front. Let's see, I think interior wise, this is a left-hand drive car. It's really hard to see because of the roll cage. Other than that, the car looks great, even from this angle. Basically, on the underside of the car, there's really only 2 things modeled that are even worth mentioning. First of all is the rear diffuser, as expected. That's a big diffuser on the back of this car, by the way, all the way from the axles to the rear of the car. And then up front, you've got those wires, pipes that are holding the front splitter on. They come all the way through to the bottom of the car, which I think is an interesting touch on Hot Wheels part. Not sure why they did that, but it's a nice added feature. Otherwise, there's virtually nothing modeled underneath here other than maybe a rear axle a tiny little bit. Virtually nothing there. Is the car that barren underneath? Probably is. Looks like there's little rivet holes there where the underside body panels, the aero panels underneath, might be bolted on to the car. And now for this car's trick feature. Yes, you can remove the hood. There it is. It's basically what you would expect. It's a Zamac metal hood that's been painted. It does have a little catch where it will stay locked onto the car if you turn the car upside down. And now for the grand finale, that big Coyote motor up and underneath that removable hood. They're showing a radiator in chrome feeding coolant to that big motor. We got 2 K&N air filters up front. We've got the 2 turbochargers on there. We've got the headers. We've got the exhaust. This car is loaded motor-wise. It's not often you see a Hot Wheels that has this much detail in terms of its motor. It's a great model, very great model. Is it worth 20 bucks? Probably. Is it worth 25 bucks? Probably. Is it worth 30 bucks? You know, I bought a lot of 30-buck cars off of RLC, and This one is as good as any of the others that I've bought. So yeah, it's worth 30 bucks. If other cars are worth 30 bucks, this car's certainly worth 30 bucks. Do I like it? Yeah, I love the car. Looks great. Got a tempo just perfectly done. It's a nice car. So if you like the review, please like and subscribe, and we'll be back tomorrow with another video. Thanks. Have a great day.